So basically what I have in my project is a control node with a center container and a button in it written shutdown. And when you press this button, you are going to shut down your device. So you can attach a script to your control node by pressing that button over here. And then for your button, you can click it, come over here to node, hit the pressed signal, and once you have clicked it, you can press connect so that the signal is connected to your script. So now when you press the button over here, this script that you write under this signal should work. So I can remove the default script and we can get to coding. So the commands for shutting down your device is different for different OSs. So we'll have to get the name of the current OS first, so that we can have our platform specific code. So var OS name is equal to our OS object dot get name. So this OS object, when you hold command or control and it's highlighted and you click it, you can read more about it, but basically what it is it's an object that allows you to pass in commands directly to your OS. So you can read more about it in your own time. So once we've gotten the name of the OS, we can write our if statements to check which OS it is. So if OS name is equal to Windows, which is the device I am currently using, I'm going to run some code, and else if our OS name is equal to Linux, so capital L, Linux, we can say pass. We're going to run some code, and if our OS is Mac OS, we can pass our code. So I won't really be doing for Android or iOS, and that is because they require, if you want to do it in Android, you have to have rooted your phone, and then you have to give this application super user privileges. And for iOS, if you want to be able to do that, you will have to have jailbroken your phone, which is I'm not really going to be doing that. So we'll just be doing it for Windows, Linux, and Mac rather. So for Windows, if our OS is Windows, what we'll want to do is to say os.execute, and then we're going to be executing the shutdown command. Then the arguments we're going to be passing, or the flags, will be an array, and the first argument in the array will be /s for the shutdown command. And if we were maybe restarting the device, we will do something like /r, but because we are shutting it down, we can just say /s. And then if you want to force shutdown, you can say /f for forcing, but if you don't, you can just leave it blank. So you can just not put in the argument. So if you want to force /f, but if you don't, you can leave it like that. And then the other argument we're going to give it is the delay before the shutdown. So you're going to say /t for time, and then the time we're going to be waiting is 0 seconds so that it can shut down now. But if you want to wait slightly longer, you can maybe say something like 10 seconds. But why though? So we're going to pass in our shutdown command, and then we're going to say this command actually shuts down and doesn't restart or cause it to sleep. And then the time we're waiting is 0 seconds, or it can be any amount of seconds you want. So that is how you shut down your device in Windows. I will not be running the script because if I do, my device will shut down and the video will be cut in half. So you can just run this on your own device. Also, I don't have a Linux OS or a Mac OS, so you guys can run this code and then you'll tell me if it works, but I think they should work on these devices. So for the Windows one, it works perfectly fine, but I can't test this. Anyway, let's move on. So OS. So for Linux, we're going to say os.execute, And then we're also going to be executing the shutdown command. So shutdown. And then our arguments will be slightly different than the ones in Windows. So we're going to say -h for halt. So you're going to halt every process in the system, or every running process. And then you're going to say now, so that you can shut down the device now. And then for Mac, you're going to say os.execute. And then we're going to be executing. This one is completely different from the other two, so we are going to say also script. So this is basically Apple script. We're going to be running an Apple script command, and then our arguments will be an array, of course, again, and then -e, that's the first flag. So this basically means, I think it means execute, and basically what it means is we don't have to have like a script, a separate script file for running this code. We can just run it directly from our command over here. So /execute, and then the code we are going to be executing is Apple script code. So that one will be passed in this second argument over here. So Apple script code, we're going to be running the Apple script like interpreter, I guess, and then we are going to say execute this code over here. So the code we're going to be running is tell app, and then you're going to say /r system events /r /quote, and then to shut down. So this is basically a string within a string. So basically the code that I've written is in quotes, and then I'm basically saying tell app, then the name of the app, so system events, and then closing the quotes, and then I'm going to say to shut down. So the reason I'm using this /r is because we already have double quotes outside. So if we didn't do like this, it will break the string into weird segments. So we have to say /r so that we can have a text that actually is interpreted like this. So tell app system events to shut down. And that's how you shut down your device in Mac, Linux, and Windows. So I'm not running these commands. If you run your project and you press the button at the center, your device should shut down. So you can run the script and tell me if it works down in the comments below. So with that, if you learned something new from this tutorial and you would like to see more content like this in the future, please do consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.